Hey friends, welcome back. All right, we're on our second day of telling time. I hope you still have your clock that you made yesterday because we're going to need it. Excuse me, we're going to need it today. Just like yesterday, we are not going to do application problems, fluency, that sort of thing. So let's just go get started. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to work with Miss Duckett today, telling time to the half hour. So all right, I've got my clock. Mine's a little different this time because I made my numbers bigger. Okay, and I finally got my paper clip to work. So if you've got your clock, grab it and let's work with it. Okay, so here we go. Come on. Fast forward. All right, telling time to the half hour.
On the screen to the left, you will see the materials that you will need for today's lesson. Don't worry if you don't have a clock. You'll still be able to practice our learning goal for today. So go ahead and press pause to gather what you will need, and I'll be right here waiting when you get back. You're back. Did you get what you need?
Got what I need.
Well, if you did, let me hear you say, ooh, oh yeah, I'm ready.
Ooh, oh yeah, I'm ready.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get started.
Let's do it.
Today, we will begin our lesson with the warm-up. This will help us prepare our brains for the learning that we will do today. We are going to count by 5 until we get to 60. You will notice that I wrote the numbers down below as an extra support if needed. I will highlight each number as we count to help us keep track of where we are. Get ready. Go.
5,
10,
15, 20,
20,
25, 30, 35, 40,
keep going.
45, 50, 55, 60.
60. Great work, mathematicians. We are definitely ready to practice today's learning goal. Let's start by telling time to the whole hour with no extra minutes past the hour. Let's start at 12 o'clock.
Okay.
Take a moment to look at my clock, mathematicians. Where is the minute hand pointing?
The minute hand's the big one. It's pointing at the 12.
The minute hand is pointing to the 12. Where's the hour hand pointing?
My hour hand's a small one, and it's pointing to the 12 too. Of course, mine.
It's also pointing to the 12. Did you know that when the minute hand moves all the way around the clock, like this, that means that 60 minutes has passed. We can also say that 1 hour has passed. If we started at 12 o'clock and we say that 1 hour has passed, what time will it be now? Take a moment to think.
It would be 1 o'clock.
Go ahead. Tell me what you're thinking.
1 o'clock.
It will be 1 o'clock. What hand should I move to show 1 o'clock? Should I move the minute hand or should I move the hour hand? Point to the button that you think is correct.
If the hour changes, then we're going to point to the hour hand.
I should move the hour hand. Now we're showing 1 o'clock. While mathematicians, I want us to count aloud together as I move the minute hand around the clock. I'm going to use my big clock to help us. As I move the minute hand around, I want you to pay attention to how the hour hand moves. I will also ask you to tell me the time as well. Get ready. Notice how the hour hand is moving. 60 minutes or 1 hour has passed. What time is it now, mathematicians?
2 o'clock.
It's 2 o'clock. Let's do do it again. 60 minutes or 1 hour has passed. What time is it now, mathematicians?
3 o'clock.
It's 3 o'clock. I'm wondering, mathematicians, what would 3 o'clock look like on a digital clock? Can you show me on your whiteboards? Take a moment to write what it will look like on a digital clock on your whiteboards.
3 o'clock would look
Did
like
your
this.
whiteboards look like this? If not, that's okay. Remember, we all make mistakes, and mistakes help us learn. Take a moment now if you need to correct your work. Great work, mathematicians. Well, if we were halfway through the hour hand would need to be in between the 3 and the 4, like this. Let's dig into that idea a little bit deeper. The minute hand would need to go halfway around the circle. Think about half circles. Where would we need to stop the minute hand so that it would have traveled across the shape half circle?
So if we're going to make this
Take
circle
a
in
moment to
half, we
think.
would cut it straight down the middle. So if we cut it straight down the middle, half would be at 6.
Well, let's see, mathematicians. I'm going to color in the clock, and I want you to yell stop when I have colored in half of the clock. Remember, think about half circles. Are you ready?
We're ready. Now I'm not going to
Here we
color on
go.
mine because mine is paper and it would mess it up. Hers is laminated. She can color on hers. Oh, there's half.
I should stop. Which number is halfway around the clock?
6.
The 6 is halfway around the clock. If the minute hand was halfway between 1 hour and the next hour, it would be pointing to the 6. We would call this half past 3 because it is half an hour past 3 o'clock. Let's count to see how many minutes are in this half of an hour. We could count by ones using each tick mark that we see on the clock. However, it would be easier to count by
We're going
fives.
to count by 5s.
From one number to the next number on the clock, there are 5 minutes.
1, 2,
Use your
3,
pencils
4,
to count
5.
along with me and write the number of minutes next to the number as we count. Remember, we're counting by fives. Get ready.
5,
5,
10,
10,
20, or 15. My bad.
15,
20,
20. Make sure you're right with me.
25,
25,
30.
30. Mathematicians, how many minutes are in this half of an hour?
30.
There are 30 minutes. Another way to say half past 3 is 3:30 because there have been 3 hours and
3
30
hours,
minutes
30
since 12
minutes.
o'clock. On a digital clock, 3:30 would look like this. So what time is this, mathematicians?
3:30.
3:30. What's another way that we can say 3:30?
Half 3.
We can say half past 3. Take a moment to look at the 2 clocks below. The clock shows 3 o'clock and the other clock shows 3:30. I want you to compare the 2 clocks. What do you notice that's different for the clocks?
Well, my minute hand is on the 12 and 3 o'clock, and my minute hand is on the 6 and
I'm
3:30.
noticing that on the clock that shows 3 o'clock, the minute hand is pointing to the 12. But for the clock that shows 3:30, the minute hand is pointing to the 6. I also noticed that on the clock that shows 3 o'clock, the hour hand is pointing directly to the 3. But on the clock that shows 3:30, 3:30, the hour hand is in between the 3 and the 4. Did you notice that too, mathematicians?
Did.
Well, let's do some extra practice to make sure we understand our learning goal for today. I'm going to tell you a time, and I want you to represent that time on your clocks. I also want you to write using your personal whiteboards what that time will look like on a digital clock. I'll also be representing the time, but I see quite well. And then you'll be able to compare your work. Are you ready for the first one?
Let's do it.
Here it is. 4:30.
4:30.
Go ahead and begin.
Okay. So 4 o'clock is going to be my hour. And if we're half past, remember this is 4. So if we want to go half a, we'd have to go to our 6. So how could we write 4:30? We could write it as 4:30.
Here's what your work should have looked like. Remember, you want to make sure that the hour hand is directly in between the 4 and the 5 to make sure that you're representing half past the hour. Let's try another one. Erase your boards. Your next time is 10:30.
Okay.
Go ahead
10.
and don't forget to write what it will look like on a digital clock.
10 is my hour because it comes first. 10:30. Here's my 30. So let's write that up there. 10:30.
Go ahead and compare your work with mine. Ask yourself, did you make sure that the hour hand was directly in between the 2 hours? Are you ready for another one?
Let's do it.
Erase your boards. The next time is 2:30.
Okay,
Go ahead.
2 is my hour, so I'm going to go over here to 2, but it said 30, so we want to make sure it goes between 2 and 3. And if we write that, it should look like 2:30.
Take a moment to compare your work with mine. Are you ready for one last one?
One more, let's do it.
Okay, erase your boards. Your next time is 12:30.
Okay, so 12 is my hour. So I'm going to make it go all the way around. And if it's 30, then I'm going to go in between 12 and 1. So 12 and 30.
Go ahead, compare your work with mine. Did you put the hour hand directly in between the 12 and the 1? Great work, mathematicians. Give yourself a pat on the back. Great work today, mathematicians. Your learning goal was to understand how to tell time to the half hour. If it's 5:30, what's another way that we can say 5:30?
5:30.
Another way that we can say 5:30 is 5:30. Well, now it's time for the problem set. Your must-do problems is number 2, and then number 3, letters G, H, I, J, K, and L. Remember to do your best work for 10 minutes. Here's a cheer for all of your hard work. It's called the Good Job Cheer. It goes like this. GOODJOB, good job, good job. I'll see you next time.
Bye,
Bye.
Miss Duckett. Okay, friends, let's talk about our assignment today. Now, if you watched your video and you worked with me today, then we're not going to do an assignment. You can work on that problem if you'd like to have some little practice, but I'm not going to make you do it today. But I am going to share one little thing with you real quick, okay? Let me show you here on my camera or my clock here. We filled in the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. If I kept going to fill in the rest of my numbers, what would I get to? Let's go ahead and fill in the rest of our numbers. 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Remember, 60 minutes makes 1 hour. 30 minutes makes the half hour, okay? So keep practicing, and I'll see you guys on our very last lesson of the year. Bye, friends.